I know you want to change everything. You want to lose weight. You want to get your money straight. You want better relationships. You want a better career. You just want a better situation all the way around. I know, been there, done that, and I'm still doing it. Well, listen to this. Change doesn't happen overnight. So you got to hang in there. You see, it takes a lot of undoing to undo the doing we have done. Let me repeat that. It takes a lot of undoing to undo the doing you have done. Let's just say, for example, you are 10 years old. It's 365 days in a year. That means you have been living for 3,650 days. If you're 20 years old, you've been living for over 7,000 days. If you're 30 years old, you've been living over 10,000 days. And if you're 40 years old, you have been living over 14,000 days. That means if you're 40 something, in those 14,000 days, you have acquired habits, you have acquired beliefs, you have acquired practices, and you have acquired a certain way of doing things. So I want to help you unlock everything that it's going to take to get where you're trying to go so you won't give up. Because see, once you make a decision that you're not going to spend too much money, once you make a decision that you are not going to fall for the mess in this relationship, once you make a decision that you're going to improve your skills and your learning and your education to get to the next level, to get where you're trying to go, everything that could happen is going to come at you. Every single roadblock, every single hole, every single person, every single hater, every single naysayer, every single thing that could stop you from getting where you're trying to go is going to. So you must be ready. The first thing you have to understand is this, is that no matter what's happening in your life, you are the common denominator. Are you tired of having bad relationships? Are the men in your life always showing up, not acting right, not being right, cheating on you, staying out late, broke, whatever it is, broke as a joke, don't respect anybody? Guess who's the common denominator? Look at your last 5 boyfriends. If you're a man and you're talking about the women in your life are all gold diggers and they're not doing what they're supposed to do and they're not respectable young women, well, guess what? You are the common denominator. So you are the common denominator in your situation. And in order for you to change your circumstances, in order for you to attract better people, people on your level, people who are doing the next thing, the truth is you're going to have to do something different. If you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. Now, I know in your own mind, you think that you're saved. You think that you're nice. You don't know why this keeps happening to you. It keeps happening to you because of the subliminal things and the subconscious things that you are doing every single time. Okay. So you want to start to change those things, and you're going to start to change them right now in the situation that you're in right now. It takes a lot of undoing to undo the doing that you have done. So if you're in a relationship and you're being disrespected and you always just shut up, you don't say anything, you just get over it. Well, now is the time for you not to get over it. Now is the time for you to say something. Now is the time for you to set some boundaries. Now is the time for you to set some non-negotiable principles. You see, in relationships, things are always going to happen. Nobody is perfect. You might not like the way he said this, or you might not like the way she did that, or he may leave the toilet seat up and you may fall in it, or, she may buy too many clothes, or whatever the case may be. And you work through those things. But there are some things that are non-negotiable principles, okay? If you hit me, if you say something in a disrespectful way to me, if you call me out of my name, if you make me think you're cheating, make me think you're cheating. Now, I'm not talking about being overly sensitive and nervous and anxious and not being trustworthy, but I'm saying this. I don't have to catch somebody sleeping in the bed in order to know that something ain't right. Because if somebody's attention is not with you, you better understand they're cheating with somebody or something else. It might be cheating with the gambling boat. It might be cheating with an addiction. It might be cheating with a person. But when you know that you are in a relationship and everybody was all good, your boo was all up on you, and every single day y'all together and you talking, and now your boo done turned into a who, what, when, where, why, and how much. You can't find them. You don't know what's going on. Things don't seem the same. It seems like something has changed. That's because it has. Now it's time for you to shift. Because if you do what you always did, remember, you will get what you always got. So you don't have to go off. You don't have to call the person and say, what's going on? And go off. And then you start crying. And before you know it, you're crying with the person. Next thing you know, you in bed with them. Okay? That's not going to work, because sometimes having an intimate encounter with someone will blur all of the bad things that they did. It'll blur all of the memories that you had that were not good. It'll blur everything. And so now things are going well for 1 day or 2 days, and here you are all of a sudden, now the person disappeared again. Let me help you understand something. If you do what you always did, you will get what you always got. In order for you to get into a relationship that is going to serve you emotionally, mentally, and physically, you're going to have to no longer do the things that you did before. You see, people fail in life because they don't know what they don't know, and they think they know. My big brother Les Brown said that. Now, it's one thing to not know. It's another thing to think you know. It's a whole nother level of understanding to know, to not even know what you don't know. You see, there was a time when, okay, I know I don't know how to do that. I know when I get on a plane, I don't know how to fly it. But can you imagine somebody getting on the plane and not knowing they don't know how to fly it? You see, that's a dangerous situation. So what is it in your life that you don't know, and then you happen to think you know? It is time for you to understand that change does not happen overnight. So you're going to have to set some boundaries. You're going to have to cut off communication. You're going to have to write a letter to yourself, write a letter to that person. And one of the things that I want you to do if you are in a bad relationship, because your emotional memory will tell you that everything is okay. Your emotional memory will tell you, well, it's not that bad. Your emotional memory will remind you of who the person said they were when you first met them. Let me help you understand something. That was a representative. That was not the real person. And every last one of us has a representative, including me. I'm a representative right now. This is not how I act all the time at home. Well, my family and friends say I do, but I calm down sometimes, okay? So who's showing up here to get a message across is the representative. And who showed up in your life to woo you in, to get your panties off or your drawers off or your money out your pocket or whatever it is, that was the representative. But see, if you pay close attention, you will see the real person. If you pay close attention, you will see all the undoing that they need to do, okay? If you see the real person, you will see how they treat other people or how they treat other people better than they treat you. How about that? Okay, are you in a relationship with somebody and they treat everybody else better than they treat you? Then that is something for you to look at. But here's the deal. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond. That's why you've got to undo all the doing you have done. And the first thing you have to undo is that choice. You see, choices are consequences. If you choose to allow yourself to be in a relationship and be disrespected, belittled, ignored, degraded, abused. And let me help you understand something. Abuse comes in many forms. It's not just physical abuse. There is emotional abuse. There is mental abuse. There is financial abuse. It's called financial infidelity. When you're supposed to be in a relationship with someone and you don't know where their money is going. Let me help you understand something. It's something wrong with that. And I can say I've been married for 26 years to a man who I love. And when we first got together, he'd bring home his whole check and give it to me. Now, I didn't do the right thing with the check. And you might be thinking, well, that's why we're not going to give it to him. But the point is, he probably shouldn't have given it all to me. But at least I would have been involved in the decision making about where it was supposed to go. But fast forward, now it's 26 years later. We are, our children are grown, we're empty nesters, and still at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he makes the money or if I make the money. We both are involved in the decisions and it's our money. So financial infidelity is when, okay, he's taking care of me, but I don't know where the rest of his money goes and I don't know where he is either. Let me help you understand something, baby. Not today. Or if it's the reverse. If you are a brother and the sister is making most of the money and she tries to control you with the money, or she tries to control the relationship with the money, or she tells you that you aren't anything because you don't make as much money as her, then I'm going to tell you, you need to undo the doing that you have done with that decision, because that is a choice that is going to lead to the consequence of bitterness, the consequence of anger, the consequence of lack of self-esteem. And then it may even lead to the consequence of you not trusting the next woman. Okay, so here's the deal. Change does not happen overnight. And if you want to get a handle on your relationships, you are going to have to make the changes that are necessary to put yourself in a better position. The first thing I'm going to tell you to do is trust yourself. Trust your gut. When something doesn't feel right, it's because it's not. And if you react to something that doesn't feel right, You say, you know what? I don't feel really comfortable about how things went the other day. Or I don't feel really comfortable. You said you were going to call me back and I haven't been able to reach you for 2 days. You can't worry about them getting upset. You can't worry about them saying, well, you a stalker, this, that, and the other. If you are coming from a place of truth and love, then you need to watch their response. And if they get defensive, then you see, only a hit dog will bark. Okay? A hit dog is going to bark. But if they actually love you and they actually have your best interest at heart, because when you have somebody's best interest at heart, you don't want them to worry. When you have somebody's best interest at heart, you don't want them to feel insecure. I know I've been in both kinds of relationships. I was in a relationship once in my teens and it was terrible. The person cheated. I knew they was cheating. I remember leaving the person's house and I saw the next girl come and I still didn't have the courage to say anything. Okay? And that was the last time that happened to me. Is this going to be the last time it happens to you? Because the next time the next brother came along, let me tell you something. If you were 5 minutes late, there is no date, okay? If you wanted to talk to me and you said you were going to call, you needed to call. And don't text me and say you're going to call. Just call. Take the risk. Take the chance. I might pick up the phone. I might not. So be exclusive. Put your heart in it. Be okay. And if somebody has hurt you in the past, don't stop trusting, because when you stop trusting people, you hurt yourself. You just have to undo the doing that you have done. And if you have been quiet, if you have been docile, if you have accepted less, when you settle for less, you get even less than that, then start showing up and asking for what you want and believing that you can have it and being aware and being open and speaking up, and then write the things that you want. Write, I want a good relationship. I want a loving partner. I want a fun relationship. I want a happy relationship. I want someone that I can depend on, and I'm going to be someone that person can depend on too. If you do what you always did, you'll get what you always got. And this is still the season of marching orders, and it is time for you to march towards the relationship that God has in store for you. We must undo all the doing that we have done, and I'm here to help you do that. Go to askland.org and let's get it in Jesus' name.